Over the years, I've caught myself in between very beautiful spaces, people, communities, ideas, and even relationships, consuming so much but creating very little, learning how to use the latest softwares and frameworks, but not even building with them, learning the latest musical techniques and concepts across multiple musical instruments. But this year, I'm building differently. Here are 7 ways I'm building differently, but the 6th one is my favorite. The first thing I changed was silence, spending time with myself. From the moment you wake up, there are lots of things fighting for your time and your attention. There's tasks at work, there's social media, time with friends, or clients and students. But in the midst of all of this, I started creating my own pocket of alone time. No phone, no podcast, no scroll, just me, where I shut out all the noise and just regurgitate and reflect on my ideas and my thoughts. See, as a creative engineer who works on one of the most complex industrial facilities on the planet, with some of the most talented and creative minds, my brain is always running, always processing, and I realize I was never giving it space to create, only space to consume. And that's why I'm designing my environment. So your environment is always speaking to you, but the question is, what is it saying? So I started building a space that reflects who I am, and more importantly, who I'm becoming. A place where my goals are heavily represented and my ideas can be brought to life. An environment that gives me permission to be myself and reminds me daily of what I'm building. I'm consuming intentionally. Here's one truth: your inputs shape your outputs. So I used to consume everything. Whatever the algorithm served me, I ate it. I was full, but I was malnourished. Now I consume like I'm stealing. Every podcast, every song, every documentary, every book. Now I'm always asking, what can I take from this? And what idea can I remix? What can I apply? And what can I build on? One thing I've learned over time is that the best creators aren't the most original. They're just people who are good at absorbing and reconstructing and then implementing fast. This one is really hard for me, and I'll be really honest about that. I'm a perfectionist, and if you make music or do some of the things that I do, you'd probably understand. As a musician, I spend days, weeks, and even months rehearsing and practicing for a concert or even an event, and somehow I find myself obsessing over ideas and plans until it feels safe enough to execute. But by then, the momentum is probably gone. Here's an example. I made a cinematic vlog on Easter Sunday, but I kept obsessing and making adjustments to the edits until it was way past Easter. I didn't post it. It goes on and on like this. So I made a rule: reduce the time between thinking and doing. If I have an idea on Monday, something, however small, it has to exist by Wednesday. A draft, a sketch, a first take, just something real. Doing and learning will always beat perfection and waiting, and I'm slowly learning this. And that's why I'm showing up and building publicly. One of the most uncomfortable decisions I've made is deciding to build in public. Put my music and creative ideas out before it's even perfect. To share my engineering perspective before I have all the answers. To document the things I've built in tech, no matter how small or insignificant it looks. Because I realize community, accountability, clients, connections, they don't come after you've arrived, they come while you're on your way. Here's a proof from my last video, and this channel is part of that. Every video I post is a public commitment to growth, to the people watching, to the community I'm building, to the version of myself I'm building towards. And failing publicly, that's not even weakness. That's another opportunity for me to learn. And that's where self-compassion comes in. I'm treating myself with the same care, forgiveness, and understanding that I would offer to a close friend, being brutally honest with myself, but embracing my imperfections and acknowledging that things won't always go as planned. So when I don't hit those goals or make mistakes, I don't even consider myself a failure or loser, but make adjustments, pick myself up, restart, and move on. Because I'm learning, unlearning, and relearning. This has changed everything for me. I've stopped trying to figure things out alone. I'm intentionally studying and asking questions from the right people. People who are like 10 steps ahead of me. My mentor, my bosses, founders, and the industry giants in engineering, tech, music, AI, and even in the creative industry. I don't ask regular questions anymore. I ask questions like, what do you know now that you wish you knew earlier? What would you unlearn? Here's why. Some of the things I was taught to believe about success, about career, about creativity, they were flawed or incomplete, and I've had to unlearn them before I could grow. So here's what you should do. Share in the comments one thing you're going to be doing differently this week. One thing you'd implement this week. I promise I'll reply to all of the comments. Here's one thing. I'd rather be someone who tried to build than someone who spent their whole life wondering if they could. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe, because this diary is just getting started, and I'll see you in my next one.